So here's a crochet top hat. I'm going to be using an eye hook or a 9/5.50 millimeter. I use the Caron 1 pound or 16 ounces, the huge one. And I do end up with a little left over. So, but yes, you want a large thing because you're going to be doubling up on your yarn. This gives it the stiffness so the hat stands upright and you can put stuff on it without it falling over. Everyone's going to crochet differently. Some people crochet tighter, some people crochet looser, so the sizes may vary. But I'll show you how to make it any size you want to when it comes to decreasing. I know how everyone likes to make a different size hat because obviously my head is funny shaped, so you're gonna want a different size. And here's me showing again just in case. I9/5.50 millimeter. I am using a white yarn just so you can see. And the sad part is I'm probably going to have to rip out this whole hat because no one wants it in white. So chain 5. Slip stitch into your first chain. Now I start right into my round. So your first round is going to have 8 single crochet. Now that is where you would put your stitch marker. As we go through the video, you'll see why you should use a stitch marker. My head ended up a little too big. You'll see it saying for me to, you'll see me write down something that says do this, but you'll see me doing something else. Pay no attention to what I'm doing. But yes, I will fix my errors as we go through. So 8 single crochet. I tie around my end so I can pull tight. Now I start right into it. This last one is probably where you'd want to put your, when you go into here, this is where you're going to want to put your marker. So you're going to put 2 single crochet in every loop. So now you'll have 16. So we'll both go around and I won't let you watch me do the whole thing every time. Make this video a little quicker. So go all the way around and I'll meet you back at your stitch marker. So here we are at round 3. Still increasing. You'll increase on this whole top of the hat. One single increase, or one single, and then you'll do 1 increase. So 1 in the first, 2 in the next. 2 in the next, I mean 2 in the same loop. So 1 in the first loop, 2 in the next loop. And the hat continues to increase like this through the whole top. So I'll meet you back at your stitch marker. So row 4, you're going to do 2 in the first 2 loops, and then 2 in the next loop, or 2 in the same loop. So 1, 2, and then 2 in the same one. So you'll continue. That's another pain. Make sure you grab both of them. Otherwise it can unravel. Yay. Only get a loopy in the hat. So 1 in the first, or 2 in the first 2, and then 2 in the next. And continue this around, and I'll meet you at the beginning of the next row. So row 5. Since the last 2 you did 2, this one you're going to be doing 3 single crochet and then 2 on the next. And it continues this way. So the next row would be 4 single crochet, and the next one would be 5 single crochet. So 3 single crochet and 2 in the next. We'll continue this around. And I'll meet you at the beginning of row 6. So row 6. You can do 4 single crochet and then 2 in the next. And I think that's where I started to fail and count wrong. So make sure you're following what it says, not what I'm doing. Row 7. 5 single crochet, 2 in the next. Pay no attention to the woman behind the curtain. You will see me do 4. Do 5. So I'll finish off this round and I'll meet you at the next. So here we are back at row 8. So continuing how we did the other increases. I'm going to crochet in the next 6 and then 2 in the next. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And once again, pay no attention to me. Make sure you're crocheting 6 and then 2 in the next. And this is why you should use a stitch marker. Yes, I corrected it off screen, so your count should still be right on. So row 9, 7 single crochet, and then 2 in the next. So 7 single crochet and then 2 in the next. So you'll repeat this and then I'll meet you back here. This should look monstrous. So row 10. And the reason why we go so big is because you end up decreasing. You want the top to be bigger and then it to taper in to smaller to give it the Mad Hatter look. So 8 single crochet in the next and then 2 in the next loop. So 8 single crochet and then 2 on the next. Pay no attention to me. So row 11, this is your last row. No more of the top. If you notice, it's monstrous. You can take it down 1 if you would like to, because I make them extremely large so they taper in quite a bit. So if you're like doubting yourself, no, it's too big, that's okay. You can take out that last row. So working only in the back loop. And I'll show you, see how you got that gap in there? And you can see light through it. I don't like that. So I'll show you how to get rid of that. I'll flip it over. You see the second pair of loops right underneath it. And I'll go through both sets. This gets rid of that gap so there is 0 light that can get through. Makes it nice and tight and stiff. So there we are. And working only in those back loops, you'll go all the way around a single crochet in each. And the reason why I do this is it gets it a nice flat flushed look. You don't have to do it like that. It will curl down naturally. And also remember, that line isn't going to match up on the other side. It will be off just a little nut here. Yep, it'll be right over there. But this I like because it also marks the back of the hat. But like I said, you don't have to if you don't want to. So here we are. See how nice and flush it makes it? Nice and straight. See, it doesn't quite match up. It's okay. That's how I like to know that this is the back of the hat. So the next rows, you're just gonna single crochet. So next 3 rows of single crochet. All the way. 3 rows. Probably mark your spot. Dun dun dun, the children awake. And I'll meet you back here at row 15. See how I'm finally using a stitch marker? Row 15. Now it should seem ginormous and it should be way too big for your head. Now we will start to decrease to the size that you need for your head. Oh, I got a small head. So I did 6 single crochet and then a decrease. It was still too big, so it'd probably be like a male size. You can also decrease, because in the next 15 rows after this, you're just going to be doing one single crochet. So I'll stick decreases evenly on the back of the hat, the front of the hat, and then the two sides to make it not tilt, but decrease to the size of the head that I would like to make. So 6 single crochet and then 1 decrease. So you go into your first loop and then you go into the next loop and you pull through. So there's my first decrease. So like I said, there's no messing up here. As long as you decrease to the size of your head needed and you keep it evenly on all sides, your decreases I mean, say you do 1 decrease, you make sure you make a decrease on the opposite side of it. If you do one on the side of the hat, make sure you do one on the other side of the hat, just to keep it even, otherwise you'll start tilting. So 6 single crochet and then a decrease. And I'll meet you back here. So here we are with all the decreases. You'll notice how much smaller it is. Try it on your head. If it's too big, you'll put in a few more decreases. If it's too small, you will take that last row out and put in less decreases. So then you'll probably go 8 or 9 single crochet and then a decrease. So see how flat it makes the top by giving it that tapered in look. Keep it more stiff. So in the next rows, 15 rows, you will be doing 1 single crochet. And like I said, if it's still not to the size of your head, if you decrease, make sure if you do one on one side, you do it on the other side. Otherwise, your hat will start tilting. I'll usually do a single line and then I'll do 4 decreases in the next row. Try it on my head and then go from there. So 15 single crochet rows and I'll meet you back here. So here's 15 rows. Poof, I'm done. Oh, I wish. So here we are at the brim, row 31. So you're going to do 4 single crochet. I'm just showing you how it tapers in. Looks right side up. So it'll start coming out and flattening out at the bottom. So you'll be doing 4 single crochet and then increasing 2 in the next. And no matter how many decreases you put in, it'll still work. Here's me not being able to get in front of the camera. Squish, squish, squish. There we go. So 4 single and then 2 in the next. Well, same thing, 4 single crochet and then double up in the next. So row 32, you'll see your hats start pushing out again to create your rim. Rim, brim, Same thing, only different. So 5 single crochet and 2 in the next. You'll notice you'll be increasing again every single row. And like I said, this helps bring the brim of the hat out and keeping it flat. So we'll do 5 single crochet and then 2 in the next. We'll go in the round and I'll meet you back here. So row 33. See, now your brim's getting a little bigger, still staying flat. So 6 single crochet, 2 in the next. So 6 single crochet and then 2 in the next. And then I'll meet you back at the next round. And I'll meet you back at row 34. Row 34. Oh, I like showing my work. It's always nice to know that it kind of somewhat looks the same. So 7 single crochet and 2 in the next, still increasing every row. Second to last increase. Only 2 rows left, almost there. Technically, you could do as many rows as you wanted to. I think a big brim would be pretty cool looking. I didn't wanna. That's a lot of work. Especially if I had to rip out this hat. Or frog the hat. I call it frocking because I hate frocking a hat. I hate frocking crochet. Frocking. And watch your manners. So row 35. This is your last increase. 8 single crochet and 2 in the next. So 8 single crochet and then 1 increase. And I'll meet you back here for one last row. So row 36. It's dark. You can see your hat. This is kind of how I start to curl it so you can get an idea. You pull down the front and the back. So 1 single crochet all the way around. Now if you wanted to make your brim larger, you'd be doing 9 single crochet and then 2 in the next, and you would continue increasing, and then you would leave your last row a single crochet. So if you want this to be your last row, it's single crochet. If not, keep on increasing in the same manner. So here we are. Poof, I'm done. So I kind of flatten it out on the table, kind of shape it, which is nice. You could also add starch or whatever you wanted to it as well, make it even more stiff, but it's pretty stiff. So I curl in my sides, and I push down the front of the hat in the back. And that's it. So I hope you enjoy the tutorial, and happy Halloweens. Or badass steampunk cosplay.